All right. In my last video, I mentioned I went a little crazy over the Black Friday for 2021, and I bought maybe 2 bags worth of discs. I did not expect to do that. The sales were unbelievable. I needed to make some changes to my bag, having learned the game a little bit and know what I want in my bag more. And I'm actually getting a little better with my throw as well. So I had a lot, almost 2/3 of my bag was a 150 class discs. So I had to change it all out. So I went with a lot of heavier stuff. Now, fair warning, I went a little nuts, so this might take a little bit. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the last video I just made, I found a dealer. I'm not going to name who it is or where. Just mention that I'm in Michigan. Um, that had 50% off everything. So I just did my MVP Gyropalooza box, 50% off that. I got it for $60. Uh, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to tell anybody that. It feels illegal. But so I also went a little nuts on their other discs, and then at the same time, not knowing that these deals were going to be here, I actually didn't buy as many as I would have because I just had ordered a misprint box from Dynamic Discs the week before or a few days before at Amazon. That showed up the day after I kind of bought these, and man, am I happy with what I got in that box. So I'm going to show you both things, go through it fairly quickly, and then I'll do another video with what's going in the bag, because I've got that lined out. I've gotten to be such a nerd about this disc golf stuff. I made a spreadsheet of how everything lines up in terms of their flight numbers, and then I'm anticipating what I'm going to want to throw in the bag, even though I haven't had a chance to get out there and actually throw them yet. But I've felt them, I've messed with them, and then based on the numbers. So pretty excited about some of this stuff. So first, from Discraft, which, being in Michigan, I've been wanting to throw Discraft. In case you didn't know this before, my original bag that I kind of built out, which I'm not going to use a single thing out of there, I had some Dynamic Disc starter kits. So it was that prime plastic, which actually I didn't mind. I threw it fine, but I can tell there's a need to upgrade. And then I got a box of Hero stamped discs. Now, Hero is known for making dog frisbees, but they had their own Discraft line or disc golf line that Innova stamped. So, but they're all one. Everything I got in the box were 150 class. They're Japan Open approved discs. And I didn't know much at the time. I was throwing them, and I understood, that they were on the light side, but I didn't understand the differences and why almost nobody throws 150 class once you've learned how to play. So now all those are getting put in a box and put away. But I did always want to throw Discraft MVP because, being a Michigan resident, a lifer, I just thought it'd be kind of cool. It's neat living here and realizing two of the biggest disc golf companies, manufacturers, are, one of them is actually 30 minutes, 25 minutes from my house, and the other one's maybe an hour and a half. MVP is up in the thumb of Michigan, so it's still pretty close to me. We live near Ann Arbor area. So here, without further ado, I'll show you what I picked up. And now, this particular dealer, they had some used and new, and I wanted a couple. There's a couple discs that I wanted to try to throw in the Discraft brand. So I'll show you the used first. This is a Zone. I believe this is a 2007 Zone. Or, I'm sorry, not right. 2017 Zone. But it might be 2018. It's Paul McBeth signature. So I don't know exactly when he came over and signed with Discraft. This might be one of his first. You notice there's a little sticker that goes through here. I'm going to find a way to get that scraped off because I don't want it throwing off the balance of it. But the Zone is for those of you, many of you know, the Zone is a 4-speed, 3 glide, a 0 turn, and a 3 fade, which is a fairly overstable approach putter. This is going in the bag for sure because, one, I got it for $4, and two, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works. I think this can be one of my throwing discs along with the MVP anode that I just added. The other one, this is not going in the disc, I don't believe. This is a Meteor. It's a very understable. So this is an overstable 4-speed approach putter. And this is an understable. It's a -3 5-speed. This is the Meteor. This is a 2018 Ledgestone Open Signature Swirl ESP. I got this one for $4. It's in very good shape. It's not overly beat up. I'm going to throw it a few times in practice, but I don't think this one's going in the bag because, first of all, -3 is, I'm anticipating more understable than I am comfortable with. I have another disc that I'll share with you in a little bit that is kind of my understable mid-range that I might just stick with. But I definitely have this in reserve. And the other thing is, since I've gotten into this sport in the last 6 or 8 months, a friend of mine introduced me to it. I've gone kind of crazy with it. I play a lot of regular golf, and my body's getting a little beat up this year from maybe playing too much, not being in great shape. So this was a chance to work the other side of my body. My left side was sore, my knee, my elbow were hurt from regular golf, and this was a chance to work the right side of my body and get out in the woods and walk. And man, that's what it's really. I'm finding it very appealing. But there's nobody around here that plays. My buddy lives an hour away, and all my other close friends, they play regular golf, but I mentioned disc golf, and they think, oh, that's for stoners. So I'm introducing a lot of people to it right now, and so I'm making a couple of starter packs because I know some of my friends are like, well, I don't have any. Do you have any for me? I think this is going in that kit because I won't mind if they lose it or whatever. But it is kind of a neat disc. So now here's my two new Discraft discs. This is a First Run Passion, Paige Pierce. I bought it because it just drew my eye. I don't think I'm going to throw this maybe ever. I might resell it in a year. I might just I don't think I'm going to display it. I'm not there yet, but it might just go into storage for a while with a couple of these MVP Lab Second discs. But this is a cool disc. I was happy to get it. It's an 8.5 -1.1, but almost doesn't matter because I'm almost for sure not throwing that disc. Now this one is definitely going in the bag. This one is a Scorch ESP plastic with a swirl. It's an 11.6. That's one of the highest glide numbers that I've seen. -2.2. So it's got a fair amount of understability to it. So it should, this at 11 speed, I think this is a disc I can get to flex out. I'm anticipating, plus it feels amazing in my hand. I'm anticipating this being my go-to distance driver. I really think this is going to be the one that I can bomb with a little bit of practice. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. But just in case you didn't catch from one of my other videos, the farthest disc I've thrown so far is about a 9 speed that I got to flex out perfectly, and it went about 350. So I think I've got room to improve very quickly. I used to be a pretty good athlete. I'm 43 now, majorly overweight, but I still have a little bit of a pop to some of the things I can do. Hopefully that's not embarrassing for me to say, but I'm looking forward to having this kind of rehabilitate some of my stuff. But I'm really looking forward to throwing this disc in particular. All right, so those are the Discraft discs that I got. Now, I think it's because I started off with a starter kit of dynamic disc, and it's very easy to understand how dynamic disc works. But it could be because they just feel really good in my hand. They just feel very natural. I have a partial leaning towards dynamic disc so far. Again, I wanted to throw MVP and Discraft because of the Michigan connection. I have a couple other things I'll show you real quickly that I did not get necessarily this weekend, but I do have some Discmania. This is a Link unlabeled putter that I found in the field. I've been using it a lot. This is an Essence I bought straight up. I've been using this disc a lot. Again, Discmania. Essence is a 8.6 -2.1. This is the disc I've thrown the farthest so far, decently over 300. And this is a Magic, which I think I'm taking this one out of the bag. This is a 6-speed 4 glide. I've got a bunch of discs that do similar things, and I'm not in love with that one, the Magician. And then I have a couple of, I mentioned the Innova Stamp 150 class. I also have a Destroyer. Now you're going to say, well, first of all, I can't throw the destroyer right now. I don't have the arm speed. I'm still learning. I found this in the field. It was plain open, plain as day, right there in a huge briar patch. And I know for a fact people walked past and said it wasn't worth it. I dug in. I rolled through the briar patch and got this myself. And I actually like the look of the disc. I'm going to learn how to throw this disc. And then I have an Inn of a Beast. I've been throwing this. I don't like it right now. It's been very inconsistent for me. I don't know if it's because it's broken in, because I found this one again, but I have not been happy. I will say it's been very surprisingly understable for me. Like gotten a little loose before. All right, so next video is going to be my. I decided to do it in a second video. My dynamic disc box reveal.